Welcome back everyone. Finally, after 2 months since the last tiny houseboat video, I'm back with an update. I know it has been way too long, but there's just so much that happened around here. We're in the peak season of our hobby farm, and I think most of you can imagine how much work it takes to grow food like that. I also bought this minivan here recently, and it needs much more love than anticipated, and depending how things go with that, I might make a separate video about this project. On top of all of that, I built a solar-powered boat. If you haven't seen those videos, I recommend checking them out. I've been knocked out for a while by the good old coronavirus, and my parents are here for a long visit from Germany, so life has been really busy around here. Now let's get back to business. This video is about the door for the front of this boat. Building a door for this opening comes with quite some challenges, and in order to explain them, I will have to go back a couple steps. Alright, so this is a quick attempt to draw a truck and a boat trailer from the top. A lot of people keep asking me where I got the design from for the hull. Well, the basics are inspired by Roy Schreier's tiny houseboat on YouTube, which I mentioned before in an earlier video, but then I had to change it by quite a bit to suit my personal needs. The square footage was based on the maximum width I can transport legally, minus 6 inch as a buffer, which turns out to be 8 foot. And the length has been defined by the length of the trailer ending right at the winch, which happened to be just over 18 feet. Now after looking at this, I realized that there was quite some space between the winch and the trailer hitch of the truck, so I figured out how much of that space is really needed when you turn, and then I added the two noses to the left and right of the winch in order to utilize even more space. And the plan was always to be able to deploy some sort of platform between the two noses once the boat is launched to create a small deck. And that plays an important role in the design of the front door. Now, one of the ideas I had years ago was, instead of building one big door, building two doors, an upper and a lower one. The lower one acting as sort of a trap door, and once folded down, it can provide a platform at the same time. I scrapped that idea rather quickly because I realized I also want a window in there, and unless you use a couple inch thick bulletproof glass that weighs a ton, you won't be able to step on that. I also couldn't build a swinging door or two swinging doors for that matter, because I had to extend the opening over that angle here in order to step out without bending down. The only thing I had left in mind was a door that is hinged at the top, but at almost 4 foot wide and over 6 foot tall, that door would have been pretty big, would have looked a little bit awkward, and might have even acted as a sail, and that was not really my intention. But I simply forgot about it until someone left a comment bringing up again the idea of a trapdoor. Now I put my mind to it, and I think I found a compromise. Before I could start though, I had some epoxy work to do. I'm using the 406 colloidal silica filler from West System to create a strong and smooth adhesive, and I put just enough in there to get a sag-resistant consistency. Now the plan here is to create a raised edge around the door opening to keep the water out. For that I glued on some strips of marine-grade plywood all the way around, and then I made sure to soak all the edges generously with pure epoxy to seal them. Now with that out of the way, I could start to construct the actual door. Well, there you have it. The lower part of the door is done. I managed to pack a door, a window, and a platform all in one. One detail that is worth mentioning is the way I hinged those window covers. First I used standard metal hinges, but I ran into some alignment issues pretty quickly. Those little screws that I used as pins to run in the aluminum track, they haven't been quite on the same level. So I experimented around and I ended up using this very thick, clear Gorilla Tape. It turns out it works perfectly as a continuous hinge. I'm sure when it comes to lifetime I won't be able to compete with a standard metal hinge, but in this particular situation I guarantee it will last many years and it couldn't be easier to replace in the future. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for your patience. I hope you enjoyed it. I know more frequent uploads on this long-term project would be great, but you know what? Good work takes time and I really don't want to rush anything. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go now and imagine myself on a lake with this thing. Take care guys, and I will see you the next time.